Ready to trade those beach daydreams for something a little different?
Always up for an adventure. What do you have in mind?
Let's dive into Cebu.
Cebu, okay. Not the first place that springs to mind, I'll be honest.
Exactly. This Philippine province, it's way more than just sand and surf.
All right, you've piqued my interest. What are we looking at today?
We've got that festive Pinoy article you sent, the one about Cebu. It's got me ready to book a flight.
Yeah, I remember that one. It did make Cebu sound pretty incredible. Lots of variety, right?
Totally. Get ready for majestic waterfalls you can hike to, swimming with actual whale sharks.
Hold on, swimming with whale sharks.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. And the food. Don't even get me started on the food yet.
Okay, okay, you've convinced me. Cebu is more than just beaches. So, where do we start?
Let's talk about how Cebu flips the script on those typical beach vacation expectations.
Right, because it's easy to get stuck on that image, those picture-perfect beaches.
Exactly. But this article does a great job of showing just how diverse the landscape is.
It really does. From what I remember, they had those stunning mountain views.
Yes. Okay, first up, Osmena Peak, the highest point on the island. Panoramic views.
Okay, I'm picturing it, but what makes the view from Osmena Peak so special?
Good question, because viewpoints are a dime a dozen, right?
Right.
But with Osmena Peak, it's not just the vista itself, although don't get me wrong, that's definitely a showstopper. It's the unique geography.
Oh, tell me more. What's so special about it?
Imagine jagged limestone formations, almost like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Wow, okay, now I'm intrigued. Jagged limestone.
Stretching as far as the eye can see, that's Osmena Peak.
All right, you've convinced me. That sounds way more interesting than your average viewpoint.
Right. It's like another world. Speaking of incredible landscapes, this article talks about Kawasan Falls.
Okay, waterfalls, those are always a good time. Very picturesque.
But here's the thing. It's not just about admiring the waterfall from afar. They're talking about a full-on hike to get there.
Ooh, see, now that's what I'm talking about. A good waterfall hike. What's the hike like?
Well, imagine this. The sound of the water getting louder with every step.
Okay, I can hear it now.
You're navigating through this lush, almost prehistoric feeling landscape.
Okay, stop. You're killing me. I need to book this trip.
And that moment when you finally reach the falls, feeling the cool mist on your skin, it's exhilarating.
Exhilarating, yeah, that's the word for it.
All right, so we've covered breathtaking views, invigorating hikes, but let's pivot for a second.
Okay, shifting gears.
Let's talk about Cebu's history. Because, wow, this place has stories to tell.
It does have a rich history, doesn't it? Being a Spanish colony and all that.
Exactly. And the article dives straight into the deep end with Magellan's Cross.
Ah, right. Magellan's Cross. That's more than just a landmark.
Right. It's a symbol, a tangible link to this pivotal moment in history.
Exactly. A reminder of exploration, colonization.
And the impact it had on shaping, for better or worse, the world we know today.
Cebu was right at the heart of it all, wasn't it?
It was Magellan's entry point to the Philippines, and with it, the arrival of Christianity.
Which, of course, left a lasting mark on the Philippines.
Huge. On the country's culture, its identity, everything.
You can really see that legacy firsthand.
Exactly. The article mentions the Basilica de Santo Niño,
Oh, wow, yeah. The Basilica, that's something else.
the oldest Roman Catholic church in the entire Philippines.
Not just Cebu, the whole country.
Talk about a blast from the past. What's it like inside a place that's witnessed centuries of history?
It's almost like you're breathing in history. All those people who've walked those same floors,
Gotta have a certain energy to it.
seeking solace, offering prayers. The weight of that shared experience, it's tangible.
I'm getting chills just picturing it. Okay, history is amazing, don't get me wrong.
Dore, I'm with you.
But I'm ready to shift gears from the past to the present to all the incredible things you can actually experience in Cebu right now.
All right, let's hear it. What kind of adventures are we talking about?
Remember how I mentioned swimming with whale sharks earlier?
How could I forget? You definitely piqued my curiosity with that one.
Well, this article talks all about it, and I have to say, the idea of coming face to fin with those gentle giants is both exhilarating and maybe a teensy bit terrifying at the same time.
I can see that. It's not every day you get to share the water with creatures that massive.
Right. So tell me, what makes swimming with whale sharks so special, aside from, the sheer awe factor of it all?
It's just one of those experiences that really stays with you. Seeing these massive, majestic creatures glide through the water so peacefully, it really changes your whole perspective on the ocean. Makes you appreciate how much more there is to discover out there.
Okay, I'm sold. Whale sharks, here I come. But all this talk about adventure is making me hungry. And speaking of hungry, we've got to talk about Cebu's food scene.
All right, let's dish. What culinary delights does Cebu have in store for us?
Okay, brace yourself. The article mentions lechon, sinugla, sutikil. I'm going to need a crash course in Cebu cuisine because those are some seriously intriguing food names.
Get ready for a flavor trip. First up, lechon. We're talking slow-roasted pig here.
Okay, slow roasted pig. I'm already on board. But what makes Cebu lechon so special?
It's all about the crispy skin and the juicy meat. It's
Yeah.
a true celebration dish in Cebu. Like if you're going all out for a special occasion, chances are there's going to be some lechon involved.
I love that. Food as a celebration, that's the best kind of food. Okay, what about sinagla? That one sounds really unique.
Now, sinagla, that's where things get really interesting. It's this incredible combination of grilled pork belly, because why not have more pork and fish ceviche?
Hold on, pork belly and ceviche, that's like the ultimate surf and turf combo.
Right. The tangy, savory combination, it's pure Cebu.
I am so there for that. And, I can't resist asking, what about sutikil? What's the story behind that one?
Sutukil is less about a specific dish and more about the experience. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure dining experience.
Oh, I love that. Tell me more.
So picture this. You're at this bustling market, right?
Hmm.
Stalls overflowing with fresh seafood. The air is filled with the aroma of grilling. People are haggling. It's an experience in itself.
Okay, I'm completely immersed in the scene you're painting. This sounds amazing.
So you walk up to a stall, pick out your seafood fresh, and they cook it however you want it. Grilled, steamed, you name it. It's about the freshest, most local ingredients, prepared simply and with your input.
You had me at Fresh Seafood Market. This is dangerous. I'm already planning my Cebu food tour in my head. Actually, the article mentioned a specific market that sounds like a must-visit carbon market. What's the deal with that?
Carbon market, that's the real heart of Cebu.
What's it like? Give me the carbon market experience.
It's sensory overload in the best possible way. Vibrant stalls overflowing with colorful produce, the chatter of vendors, the enticing aromas of street food. It's a feast for the senses, that's for sure.
It sounds incredible. What kind of things can you find there?
You can find anything and everything there, honestly. Handmade crafts, souvenirs, the freshest ingredients for a truly authentic Cebu meal. It's one of those places that really immerses you in the local culture.
I love that. Speaking of experiencing the local culture, the article mentions ecotourism. What does that look like in Cebu?
Ecotourism in Cebu, it's all about exploring responsibly in a way that benefits both visitors and the local communities while protecting the natural environment.
That makes sense. So what kind of things can people do to make sure they're traveling responsibly in Cebu?
There are all sorts of ways. Staying in locally owned accommodations, supporting businesses that prioritize sustainability, choosing tours that are conscious about minimizing their environmental impact. It's about making mindful choices that have a positive impact.
I love that. It's about being a responsible traveler, leaving a place better than you found it. Speaking of protecting natural wonders, this article mentions a tarsier sanctuary. I'm not going to lie, I had to Google what a tarsier was. So enlighten me. What exactly is a tarsier, and why should I be excited about seeing one?
Oh, you are in for a treat with tarsiers. They're these tiny primates. And I mean tiny.
Okay, so we're talking pocket-sized primates here.
We're talking the smallest primate on the planet.
No way. Okay, they're officially on my must-see list. What are they like?
They're adorable. Big eyes, even bigger than their brains, and they can turn their heads almost all the way around.
Whoa, like a tiny owl monkey. So cute.
They're also nocturnal, which just adds to their mystique. Seeing them clinging to the branches in their natural habitat, it's like stepping into another world. And knowing that by visiting the sanctuary you're contributing to their conservation, it makes the experience even more special.
Absolutely. When I first picked up this Festive Pinoy article, I thought I'd just see some pretty pictures and get a few travel tips. But this feels different.
How so?
It's like we're connecting with the soul of Cebu, experiencing its history, its people, and its natural wonders in a way that really makes you appreciate the world around us.
You're right, it is different. It's about more than just checking off destinations.
Totally. This isn't just another travelogue. It's about making a real connection.
It is. And that reminds me, there was this part in the article where they talk about how even locals in Cebu make it a point to regularly visit places like Kawasan Falls.
Really?
It's woven into the fabric of their lives, a source of pride and joy.
That's beautiful. I guess it's easy to take those things for granted when you see them every day.
You would think so. But they understand the importance of protecting these natural wonders. And not just for tourism, but for their kids and grandkids. It's about preserving what makes Cebu special for generations to come.
Makes you think, doesn't it? It's one thing to visit a stunning place, but to feel that deep connection to the land, its history, the people.
It's a different level of appreciation.
Exactly. And you know what else struck me? That sinagla dish, that pork belly and ceviche combo.
Oh, yeah. What about it?
It feels like it represents that fusion of cultures that defines Cebu, indigenous flavors blending with Spanish influences. It's like a history lesson on a plate.
You're right. Food is like a window into a culture. It reflects its history, its values, its creativity.
It's fascinating. This deep dive into Cebu, it's been about so much more than ticking off destinations on a bucket list. It's about understanding the deeper story that a place has to tell, from its landscapes to the everyday lives of its people.
Beautifully said. You've hit the nail on the head. It's about peeling back the layers and discovering what makes a place truly unique.
And this festive Pinoy article, it's been an incredible guide.
It really has. I especially appreciated the practical tips they included, like the best time to visit, local customs, all those details that can make a trip run smoothly.
So important. It's about respecting the local culture and having a more authentic experience. All right, I think it's safe to say Cebu has officially moved from my maybe someday list to the must-visit ASAP list.
I hear you. I'm right there with you.
And you know what? I have a feeling we've only just scratched the surface.
That's the beauty of it all, isn't it? There's always more to uncover, more to explore.
That's exactly. To all our listeners out there, we hope this deep dive into Cebu has sparked your own sense of adventure. If you're feeling inspired, we'll link to that festive Pinoy article in our show notes. Until next time, keep exploring and keep those deep dive requests coming.